Welcome, guys, to Walking Through the Fire. Come on in the room today. It is October 23rd. Come on in the room. Y'all know what I'm going to ask. Hey, how was your day? I hope it was blessed. It's a little chilly outside. Just a little chilly. It's my type of weather. I'm a fall girl weather. I'm a fall girl, okay? I like my boots, my cardigans. So come on in the room. Y'all, when you get in the chat, when you get in the community, let me know. Tell me who's in the room. If you're from out of town, we here in Indianapolis. If you're from out of town, let me know who's in the place. Put it in the comments. I got some stuff I'm going to get out the way before we get started. I just want to give a couple of people some more time to get in. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please come, stay. Listen, you got time to follow. If you ain't followed me yet, you got time to tag somebody. Tell them come on in the room. I got something I want to talk to y'all about. It's nothing bad. I want to talk to y'all a little bit. I'm feeling some stuff stir up in my spirit. You know, have you ever had that feeling? The stir up? Yeah. For those that are new, welcome to Walking Through the Fire. My name is Crystal Majors. I had some technical difficulties last week, so if you own and you can hear me, please put in the comments you can hear me. If you can hear me, let me make sure that because my TikTok, y'all, baby, it was clear as day. Last week, I went back to do some clips. All you heard was shh. Oh, my heart was broke. So, because sometimes you got to walk this journey alone till the Lord opens doors for you to have a support team. Thank you, Tanisha. Thank you for letting me know Facebook you can hear me. I got some people coming in and out on TikTok, so hopefully somebody can hear me. When I see somebody on, I'll ask them if they can hear me. But again, thank you for tuning in to Walking Through the Fire this week. I am your host, Crystal Majors. This is a community where we are just here to have real life discussions about real life issues with real people using our real experiences. This community is here to help not only me, but to help you. I'm hoping that every time you leave this platform that I am implanting seeds, I'm giving you some tools, some strategies. I am encouraging you to your next. That's my plan. That to help the community. Walking Through the Fire wants to be a foothold in the community. Y'all, let's see. Okay, I got somebody. TikTok, if you can hear me, please put in the comment, I can hear you. Because my TikTok was messing up last week. Y'all, okay, you good. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, so we just going to get started. Let me tell you the good news, y'all, that I need y'all help to pass along, okay? Next week will be the last week that you'll catch Walking Through the Fire here on Facebook and TikTok. We are going to travel over to YouTube on my business page, the community page, Walking Through the Fire LLC. So you got to make sure you got to put that LLC behind it, okay? Remember, so I'll meet you here next week, and I'll keep reminding you because, you know, sometimes we be multitasking and we don't really catch it, but help me to spread the word. Walking Through the Fire, girl, she don't come on at 6 o'clock. She on YouTube at 7:30, okay? God is doing some big things, y'all. On the month of November, baby, I got a schedule every Thursday jam-packed. I got some powerful pastors in the city every Thursday that's going to sit in with little old me to have a discussion to help all of us. So I need you to make sure that you pass that information along. I'll remind you at the end of the show. Again, you got time to subscribe to my YouTube page, LLC, Walking Through the Fire. While we're on here, if you love to support, please send some roses. TikTok, Facebook, you can send some stars. Or, you know how you can help me that don't cost you nothing? Talk to me. Put something in the comments. Y'all don't understand. When you talking back to me and we are engaging with one another, baby, you ain't doing nothing but pushing this good information in this community you a part out into the atmosphere and the algorithm so people can see what we doing over here, okay? So today, I want to talk about the light versus the darkness. And what I mean by that is sometimes we're not necessarily aware when we in a dark place. We know something going on, but we ain't aware. Or we might not even be aware when God has his hand on us. Even though we're going through our turmoil, even though we're going through our pain and suffering, God is always there. So let me tell you the first thing that I thought y'all was so cute. This is when we talk about the light. And I told you, I'm here to help not only me, but to help you get better in your next, okay? And when we get better, we make the next generation better, okay? So y'all, I was at Jimmy John's the other day. Yeah, this did my heart so good. Matter of fact, it was Sunday after church. I wasn't cooking nothing. My mother wasn't cooking nothing. Let me time out. Y'all, I made some chili yesterday. I have been craving some chili for 3 days. This is the chili weather, okay? So Sunday I wanted some, but my mom was like, I ain't eating that. I don't want no red meat. So I was like, dang, okay. But I finally got to make me some yesterday, y'all. It was so good. Oh, bless the name. It was so good. Okay. But anywho, I was at Jimmy John's Sunday, y'all. And I was picking up my food. And as I was walking out, well, while I was in there waiting on my food, it was a woman and 2 little young boys. And I mean little. And as we started to walk out the door, one of the little boys jumped out of the seat and opened the door for me, y'all. We asked his mother. I was like, oh, thank you so much, y'all. I ain't have really no money. I mean, I don't never really have no cash, but I hurried up. I think I had a dollar or something. I was like, let me give you $1. You don't see that. And how old are you? He was like 3. So his mom, we was just saying how, and his mom looked young. So we were just saying how you don't see that. You know what I mean? And his mom said, he's 2 and he's 3. The little boy that opened the door was 3. And it just did my heart good because I get on here every Thursday and I say, hey, we need to implant into our kids. And when I say she's implanting some good stuff, some respect, some morals and integrity, and then that boy wasn't nothing but 3 years old, my mom turned to that young lady and said, I hope the Lord blesses you well because we can't even get older men to open the door for us, let alone a young little boy. So when I tell you, I'm going to say thank you, Brother Ahmad Perry on my Facebook. I posted something and he commented and responded and he said, Crystal, it's not what we leave the kids, it's what we leave in the kids. My God. So, oh my God, please pour into your children respect and love. When I tell you that did my heart good, I said, I know they gonna grow up to be some good young men. Oh my goodness, y'all. So when you talk about the light, even though I go through what I go through, the Lord is always around in us, giving us a sign, y'all, or just putting some of that light into a dark place that we live all the time. Y'all, we going through, if you don't know that all of us, and I'm not talking about your personal situations right now, I'm talking about all of us are going through a darkness. You may not know it and you may not see it, but what the government is doing, and I'm not here to talk about politics, but the decisions that the government make, They affect me and they affect you. So we living in some dark times and we got some hard times ahead. If you know what I know, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Okay? You know what I'm saying without saying it. And so we got to be prayed up. We got to be prayed up for ourselves. We got to be a covering for our family, our children. Because if you don't do it, who gonna do it? Who gonna do it? No, everybody in the house can't be, not nobody saved in the family. Nobody know nothing about God. So we talking about light and darkness, okay? And y'all, I'm talking about the kids and the young boys because one of my friends sent me a Facebook post that I don't know if she's a pastor or a prophet, but you may know her. Her name is Barbara Calloway, and she sent a post. And y'all, I read the post and I just got this overwhelming sense of sadness for our kids and just for our parents, our mothers and our fathers that are out here losing kids, because it was crazy. It was a post and she was talking about how we really have to be diligent in praying for our kids. Yeah, I hear you. You don't know how to pray. You won't do all that or whatever. But when death or when troubles come knocking on your door, what's the first name you scream out? Yeah, okay, Jesus. So even though you're not accustomed to maybe praying, I'm telling you, now's the time to say, Lord, help me. If that's the only thing that you can pray because you don't know how to pray. Sometimes all you got to do is just call on the name Jesus, and he knows what you need before you even need it. So I'm just telling you. So in this post, y'all, it had 5 kids, and I'm assuming they were teenagers. It was 5 teenagers, and every post said, I picked a date. Y'all, the I picked a date was the date of their suicide. My God. These young people use social media to take a picture and say, this is the day I chose to kill myself. If you are not feeling anything right now under the sound of my voice while I'm talking to you, I don't know. You have to feel some type of compassion for this. You have to, even if you don't have kids, and if you got kids, you have to think about the destruction that is out there for our children. You have to think about if we got pressures and demands of the world, what type of pressures and influences and demands of the world that are upon our generations, our next generations, our lineage. And then the very last post that really got me, y'all, was a little girl and her suicide date. Now I want you to listen to me good. Her suicide date is February 6th of 2026. Y'all, if I'm lying, I'm dying. Go to Barbara Calloway. It's on her Facebook. The very last one, February 6th of 2026. That ain't even got here yet. And this young lady is already feeling worthless and feeling like she don't want to be a part of this world no more. Y'all, her post said, at that date, I'll be free and I won't feel like I'm a burden anymore. How many of your children have that type of depression or have that type of darkness hovering over them and you don't even know? The suicide rate of our kids get higher and higher each day. Each day. And social media sometimes plays a huge part in it. Yeah, that broke me down. That broke my heart. 5 teens posted on social media their suicide dates, and some of those dates passed, y'all. Some of the dates passed. I think one of them was December 2020 or December 22nd of 2025. What type of darkness has to hover over you for you to think that you're not wanted, you're not loved, you're not being heard, you feel like you don't belong nowhere? The word says that Jesus came to be the light and give you life more abundantly. That's the life that the light that I'm talking about. And the darkness is that he came to kill, steal, and destroy. So I want you to take a minute and think about. Now I want you to think about your personal things that you're going through. Is what you going through killing you right now? Is it sucking the life out of you? Is what you're going through has you crawled up in the bed and you can't make another move? You don't wash up, you halfway eat, you losing weight. Is something like that trying to kill you? I want you to know that's darkness. That's what we call darkness. He said they come to kill and steal. Is something stealing your joy? Is something stealing your ambition to get to your next? My God. Is something robbing you of your future? That every time you take 2 steps, you get pushed back more? Every time you got something tangible in your hand, somebody comes and takes it away. And you say, I can't do nothing right. I don't know what's going on. If somebody stole your peace, has somebody or something stole your joy, that's darkness. That's darkness. Have your life been destroyed because of some of the decisions, because some of the actions, because of some of the people you've hung with? Because maybe how you've conducted yourself or spoke or act? That's darkness. I'm just here to help you understand and be aware of what darkness is. And where you are dark at, I know there's a fire in a situation that you've walked out of. Why? Because you saw the light at the end of the tunnel. Why do you think? That's not a cliche. Why do you think you've heard that saying? When people are trying to encourage you and plant seeds, there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. At the end of the tunnel. Y'all, we have to, and I don't care if I have to get on here every week, and if I have to say it to myself, we have to look in the mirror. And when we talk, and let me say this, look in the mirror and know how to release some of those things so we won't be the one in that picture on social media. So our kids won't be the ones planning their death date. Oh, I cancel it in the name of Jesus. I don't know who's on this feed with me, but I need you to stand in agreement right now in the name of Jesus for that young lady. Because the assignment of the devil can still be canceled in the name of Jesus. If she don't believe it, I believe it for her. And I got crazy enough faith that the Lord can hear me where I am now and bless her path where she is, wherever she is. I canceled the death date on February 6, 2026. I cancel premature death and I speak a life into anybody that looks at this. So we gotta take a look in the mirror And when you're looking in the mirror, you saying, Crystal, why am I looking in the mirror? I want you to look in the mirror, and I want you to look at that reflection that is in front of you. And I want you to tell that reflection that is in front of you those things that you got bottled up on the inside. Those negative words that's been spoken over your life when you was in your childhood. I want you to look in that mirror and do some reflection and speak the harm that was done to you when you was a child. I want you to speak to that abuse out loud and call it out and break every chain over everything that come to kill, steal, and destroy. Sometimes all it takes is us to say it out loud. All it takes sometimes is for us to say it out loud. You never know how much pressure and relief that you get from talking about your trauma. I know I ain't wrong about it. If you've ever experienced trauma and you've held it in and talking helped you, put in the comment, it helped me. Thank you, Miko, on TikTok. Plead the blood with me. This is what this community is about. I don't need to know you to pray for you. I don't. That's just what it is. Thank you for the comment on Facebook, Nisha. I'm in agreement over all our children and young adults. Yes, very much. Very much. Thank you for your comments, guys. Please keep commenting. Engage. You still got time, y'all, to invite somebody to walking through the fire. Tell them, yeah, you've been in this place long enough. I need you to come on and log in and stop scrolling to the foolishness and scroll on to somebody that's pouring into you because you can make it. I know it don't feel like it. I know it don't feel good. But I'm telling you, sometimes when you can't talk to nobody, I want you to look in that mirror and tell that reflection that you looking at that molestation is not going to kill you. I want you to look in that mirror and say, that man that tried to beat me to death, or that woman that tried to beat me to death, will not kill me. I want you to look in the mirror, young adults, and say, I do have hope. I am somebody and I am worthy in the name of Jesus. If you are down and out because your finances, I want you to look in the mirror and tell yourself that patience worketh faith, and that you are putting your faith in God. And God, I need you to help me because you know what I need to take care of my family. I'm telling you, when you speak those things out of your mouth, you watch God come to your rescue. Okay? I know I ain't everybody's cup of tea, but that's okay. That's okay. Because as long as the seeds that I plant help one somebody. It said that Apollo planted, we plant the seed, Apollo waters it, and God gives the increase. Watch God give you that increase in the midst of you not giving up, in the midst of you holding on. I'm telling you, I know this is a season where you feel weak. I know this is a season where you feel like your children are being snuffed out by the world. It is time, men and women, non-believers and believers, to come together. We gotta quit talking about it. We gotta be about it. Get your kids busy. Don't let them just sit at home and twirl on that phone. Yeah, okay, you ain't got no money. I've been a single parent where I ain't had no money. Baby, I got on the hotline, the 211 information, to ask them, did they have some free gymnastic classes? Because, see, I had daughters, so I couldn't do football and stuff. called the YMCA. Seen what activities they have. We have to get our children busy. We have to show them things. Have you been to New Fields? Go to New Fields. Turn your kid, expose not only you, but expose your children to different things. Take them to the Idle George Museum. And not just the Children's Museum. But if you gotta go there, do that too. Because baby, they done stepped up the Children's Museum. I ran past there. They didn't have none of that when we was coming out. When we was taking our kids. Thank you, cousin. Yes, it is not going to be easy. Nobody said it was. But as long as you got some support, you got me, you got Crystal, you got Walking Through the Fire, saying to you in your ear, you got this. Don't give up. You're not by yourself. And that's one of the things that we always think. When we're going through, when we're going through, and I'm just going to say turmoil, because baby, it's been turmoil. When we're going through turmoil, when we're having our headaches, and y'all, I'm lost for words. I'm stuttering, and I'm never lost for words. I'm never lost for words. Aren't you tired? Are you tired? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? This is your opportunity. This is your season. I know it don't feel like it, but I'm telling you that God is doing a shift in the earth. There are doors that are literally opening in the spirit, and you got to use your spiritual eye and not your carnal eye. Crystal, what you mean by my carnal eye? You can't say, Lord, do it for me, help me, and then turn around and say, I don't know how it's going to be done. Or you let your friend or that family member call you and spew that negativity. Well, I don't know how you going to do that. You know, rent due in the next week. The devil is a lie. For every negative tongue that tries to get in your ear gate, I speak. Y'all hold on for a second. See, that ain't nothing but the devil. Because my thing was talking about age restriction on my TikTok. I speak life and ask that the Lord give you double word, double comfort, double peace, double joy and stability for every imp and devil that tries to knock you off your block and believe that your waiting is in vain. I know it to be true. It ain't nothing that I read. I'm waiting myself on some stuff. While I'm speaking words to you, I'm waiting on God to do some stuff for me. And I expect to be big. See, we got to expect things from God. Meaning, expect him to move on your behalf. Expect him to rescue you out of danger. Expect him to deliver you from your enemies. If we can sit here and be bold and have our chest poked out in the world while we talking to somebody else, we need to have the same energy. You know how people say have that same energy when things seem dark and dim in our life, that we speak with authority to them. The Lord says, speak to that thing and it shall move. Believe you have authority. Okay, yeah, you weaken your body, but you still got authority to change some stuff and watch God turn it around for you. And it starts through prayer, and it starts with the words that flow from your mouth. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It is a serious thing when we say life and death lies in the power of the tongue. And you won't know that until you start speaking positive things that are not already happened, as if they are going to happen or already have happened. And you're going to see your situation change. But let me tell you, because see, I don't want you in my inbox talking about, Crystal, I thought you said if I speak it, it's going to change. You got to believe it's already done. And know that he don't work on me in your time. Just know it'll be right on time. Okay? He's not going to leave you. For instance, because, see, I know you saying I tried and it didn't work. I'm going to use an example. Say, for instance, you done lost your job, because there's a lot of layoffs going on right now. You done lost your apartment or your house where you live, and you ain't got nowhere to go. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you about where we got to look at the light around us. Yeah. Your human nature is saying, I'm in a dark place. Anybody with that kind of pressure of life would probably experience depression, would probably experience isolation, would probably experience stress. And some of those things can manifest physically where you start being sick. If you having migraines on a regular, that is a symptom of pressures that your body is manifesting that were psychological that you can't handle. And so if you are experiencing those type of things, that's the darkness. And anybody would experience the darkness. But if you don't have the resources to turn around and get your assets back and get your job right back then and there, if you got a friend that you can call and say, can I sleep on your couch? If you got family members and you say, can my kids come over there and I'll pay, do whatever to help feed them, because everybody ain't got that support. So you tell me if that's a light in a dark place. Because it could have went another way. Oh yeah. It could be different. You could be trying to go to these shelters, and baby, you got to be at the shelters at a certain amount of time, and some of them don't take kids, and then some of them, you know, because it's getting cold, I don't know where you at, but I know where I am, and it's getting cold, and them shelters fill up quick. And then some of y'all pride and y'all ego is so big, you won't even go to a shelter. So everybody don't have that support. So be thankful and thank God that you have support when you really, really need it. Because the next person, they don't have it. All they got is to lay on the bench on one of them red lines. Because ain't nobody answering their calls. Because they done burned every bridge that they had. But I'm telling you, God can turn that thing around. I'm telling you, nobody else can. Not your mama, not your daddy, not your sister, not your homeboys, not your brother, not your best friends, not your boo, not your husband and your wife. When you are mentally in the darkness, when you are physically in the darkness, only a still voice can pull you out. Ooh, thank you, Jesus. When you can't bust a move and you don't know where you're next. No, I don't care how many hugs and kisses your spouse or your boyfriend give you. And say, what do you need from me? Sometimes there's just some things that you got to go through that can't nobody help you but God. Only God. And yes, you're not the only one going through what you're going through. I guarantee you there's 10 other people that are experiencing the same thing you experiencing. Or I'll put a paycheck on it, because I ain't got one right now. But I'll put a paycheck on it. And I'll put my money where my mouth is to say, if they ain't going through it right now, there's somebody that's gone through it. To be an example to let you know that they walked through the fire and they came out on the other side. I want us Cause you know how back in the day when, you thought your parents was talking crazy and all they wanted to do was rule you and be in your business and tell you how to go and how to come, no matter how old you was, and that your parents didn't know what they were talking about, or some of us wasn't raised by our parents, or whoever raised you, they didn't know what they was talking about. I'm guilty. My grandmother don't know what she talking about. My mama don't know what she talking about. Like they ain't never been young. But see, we don't think about that. And what do they tell you? I'm just trying to save you from some of the trouble that I went through so you don't have to go through it. Some things we can avoid. I'm disheartened when I see are black men 60 something and they got braids and beads in their head. I'm disheartened. That's just me. Everybody got their preference. I'm not talking about nobody. But I'm just saying, let me read this. Let me say this, not read it. 1 Corinthians 13:1 says, when I was a child, see, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. That's word. That ain't me. And so I just want to break that down. Us adults, we can't say we grown just because of our age and we over 21. The age 21 and above don't make you grown. You got to do grown man stuff. You got to do grown woman stuff. You got to talk grown. You got to understand, comprehend grown. You got to think like an adult. Speak, act, and think. You have to act your age. How can we ask the kids to respect us? How can we ask the kids to... You may not even ask the kids, but kids look up to you as a role model, and you don't think they do, but they're looking for somebody to give them direction. Young adults, kids are looking for somebody to give them guidance. And when I talked about that light, because our kids already feel like they ain't got no hope, don't nobody care about them, don't nobody love them, don't nobody respect them, they misunderstood, we may be that light to bring them out. But as an adult, are you still speaking like a child? Are you still talking like a kid? Your mouth is disrespectful. Your vocabulary is real short. And when I would say real short, meaning every other word is a cuss word. See, I was told that if you use a lot of cussing, that means you ain't got a lot of words in your vocabulary. And I'm always here to help. So all you got to do is Google a word a day, and Google will send you a word a day starting with the letter A in the dictionary. I guarantee. Baby, Google AI is something else. We're improving and bettering ourselves. So I encourage you, watch what come out of your mouth the next time. Watch how you respond to somebody. Watch how you respond or talk to your kids. Because see, even though you may say, oh, you ain't never gonna be nothing, your daddy wasn't nothing, or you running around here like a little garden tool, you speaking, calling them little bees like they people on the street. Because hey, I know some people that call their daughter bees. I just can't fathom. I would never. I don't care what my child did. I would never. Calling them little MFers. Just because you don't see that effect, just because you don't see that seed being planted, oh baby, that seed is planted. And if I'm a child and my brain is not fully developed, because if you still walking around and you in your 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and you still thinking immature like a child, what level you think they on? So you don't think that the more you spew that stuff over your kids, whoever kids or kids near you hear that they don't think that, oh, is that the way to go? Is that the way to be? Or you start making them believe that that's who they truly are? Well, I'm here to tell you, God didn't create you to be like that, and God didn't create our children to be like that. Love is the greatest command. If I didn't love you, if I didn't love people, I wouldn't do this every Thursday, whether I was speaking to myself or not. I don't care about numbers. I care about the impact that the words that people put into other people or instill or speak over other people, that when it comes to me, it's going to be positive, motivating, inspiring, so that I can help you navigate through this nasty world so you and I can get to my next. I need you to get to my next. So love is the greatest thing. So do you speak in love even when you mad? I mean, because you can be mad and still speak in love. Y'all, let me tell y'all a story, because you know I like telling stories, right? So I was in church. I've been in church for 22 years, right? So this was decades ago. So I was in church, and this one woman didn't really care for me, okay? So every time I said something, she had something to say. So one day I was talking to somebody, and she came up. Y'all, got so out of line, was talking crazy to me. Y'all, I looked at her and said, Satan, get behind thee, and walked off. Y'all, you know that made them even madder than me saying, who you talking about? What you say? Baby, that's when I learned that, oh, I can say what I want to say, but I can say it in love and still tell you how I feel. So yeah, baby, she was hot. I mean, you know how they say big mad or big mad or little mad. Big mad, big mad, big mad, big mad. But things good now, y'all. Things is good now. See, God is good. He's a fixer. He's a regulator. Yeah. He's a mender. Yeah. That's why I tell y'all, I got a PhD in life. I got a PhD in life. And I walk boldly in God. I walk boldly in God. Do I have the same trauma or same trials and tribulations you do? Yep. So what's the difference? When I go to God, I go to him in expectation. I go to him believing that it's already done. Even if it may take 2 years. Because I'm still waiting on some stuff, y'all. So it's either I ain't doing what I need to do, or God saying I ain't ready. But I'm going to say, you know, just because God holds some stuff, delay is not denial. That's what I want to tell you today. Delay is not denial. Do you, and going back to 1 Corinthians 13 and 11, do you understand as a child? Are you mentally immature? I know you don't want to admit it. I know you don't want to put it in the comments. So I'm going to ask you, like I said, go in that mirror when you at home by yourself. Okay? Because I know some of y'all don't want to do it. You know, you got kids, your bathroom is your sanctuary, and they keep knocking on the door, or you don't want to be embarrassed. Somebody see you cry or praying or whatever. Okay, wait till you at home by yourself. Look in that mirror and ask yourself, are you immature? Is the way you think immature? All you got to do is maybe ask somebody. But don't be mad when they tell you the truth. Okay? Don't be mad. And all you got to do, when it said when I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood. All you got to do is talk to people, and you'll see how immature they are. Because what you think will come out of your mouth. So if you speaking like a child and you an adult, I know you think like a child. But how can we turn that thing around? God, give me a clean heart and a new mind. Renew me a spirit and a new mind and a clean heart. Give me a new mind, renew my spirit, and a clean heart. So if you're saying, Crystal, what do I pray? I don't know. I pray. Sometimes it's about the words that you pray. Sometimes it's what you are praying. That maybe, just maybe, the door ain't open yet for you. Just maybe. Just think about it. So you not only think as a child, you not only speak as a child, but how you comprehend stuff. I don't understand. I know I ain't by myself to talk to a lot of people and you say, what the heck? They 50 years old and that's how they think? What? Y'all, I like getting on people's like podcasts and live and stuff. And so I was on TikTok and I don't know who this group was, okay? But they were having an interesting conversation. And they were talking about dating. And now listen, my platform is faith-based. There's one, okay? But I thought it was interesting because the man on there was 54 years old. Okay, to the point where I had to comment myself because it was ridiculous. Y'all, the question was, is it okay, or do you as a man think different of a woman that will have intercourse with you on the first date? It was a good conversation, y'all. I was all in it. I just wanted to hear what the community was talking about. I wanted to hear and they were grown folk. Now, this wasn't, you can tell just looking at them, they wasn't no 20s and 30s. These were older people because we were having a conversation about dating, being established, and our kids already grown, and how hard it is in 40 and up trying to find somebody. And so what are people looking for? Y'all, this man said that he ain't worried about no woman, and if he's dating somebody that he got enough money to get any kind of woman he want, and just went on and wanted to talk about his money and his house and his car. Immature. So the host, which was an older woman, was like, well, hold on. That ain't even what we're talking about. We're asking a question, and your money and your cars and your house ain't got nothing to do with it. When you are asking somebody about something and they're bragging about their money all the time, or the first thing they talk about is their money and their jewelry, then you can kind of tell where their mindset is. And so when I tell y'all that feed was blowing up, all kind of women was like, I'm sorry, I don't need your money. I'm already established. I already got a job. I got a house. I school. So that's what made me think about that as I'm sitting here talking, is it does not matter how old you are, because keeping it all the way real, some of our younger people are more mature than some of you right now. I wish I had a little microphone. Drop the mic. Some of them are more mature than you are right now, or that you were in your 20s. And then got the nerve to say that young people or younger people can't teach us nothing. But see, that's a myth. That's that darkness that I'm talking about. Because just as well as we can teach the younger people can teach us something. And that's why we have a huge gap in the community. That's why our teens think that we don't never listen to them. We don't know what they talking about. And I'm going to say it again. Y'all, they forget that we was young too. They forget that some of us was in the streets just like them. And probably worse. You know, they say that your kids are worse than you. Woo, baby. I thank God, because y'all, I thank God. I knew, the Lord knew he had to do something with me. Because, baby, I was a pistol as a child. If my mama ain't on here, my daddy ain't on here. But, baby, I was the worst of the worst. Okay? I will admit. Crystal was doing her own thing. What do you say? Yeah, you got good kids. I do. Thank you, daughter. TikTok, I do got good kids. I didn't never really have to deal with no jail, no juvenile. Let me tell you, when I tell you prayer worked, I had 3 girls. And one of the generational curses in my family, you may have heard me talk about it before, was being a teenage pregnant mom, teenage pregnancy. And so I had teenage pregnancy over me. So it was a generational curse in my family. And so even though I was just getting into church, I always believed in prayer. Even when I wasn't in church, I always prayed. I had some type of communication with God. And so, saying that, when I tell you I got on my knees is black, and I got on my knees and I got blessed oil. You may think it's corny, funny, and unnecessary, but I'm here to tell you, you do what you do, but I'm going to do what the Lord told me, and it worked. Baby, I would have my pastor bless a bottle of 100% virgin, extra virgin olive oil. Baby, they be in their sleep. Baby, I would be in there putting crosses in their shoes, crosses on their head, pleading the blood over them. And one of my main prayers that was consistent was, please don't let my children experience my daughter's teenage pregnancy. I wanted more for them. And even when they got to the age, and my daughter 32, she still don't want to talk to me about sex like we ain't grown, like that ain't a part of nature. But I tried to have that open communication, and sometimes it was hard. Sometimes I had to grab my pearls. Sometimes I was even scared, and I didn't know how to approach it. But I'd rather be there to give my kids the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and the guidance that if you make a decision, this is the outcome. And I can't do nothing, we can't do anything but teach our children, plant the seed, and hope that it flourishes throughout their years. And so I was thankful that none of my girls had babies. I still ain't a grandma, and I ain't no grandma age. Okay, let me get some more gray in the back and not in front, and put a moo-moo on. I won't be in the moo-moo. Okay. You said you never knew that. Yeah, you were asleep. My daughter's on TikTok. Yeah, talking about she never knew that. Yeah. It was done in secret. God will reward you openly. Hallelujah. Okay? So I have to be blessed that I had some good kids. So we got to be careful, because they said your kids is 10 times worse than you. And I know some of that came true for some of y'all, and I just pray for you. God bless y'all. I pray that the Lord is with thee. I hope he's with thee. But again, let's start to evolve in our mind. Start to know that your patience, what you're waiting for, that thing that you think is a delay is not denial. Sit in it, because God is going to meet you while you in it. My sister preached a couple of weeks ago, praise him while you in the middle of it. And I'm here to tell you, don't give up. Don't give in. So what you thought it killed you? So what it stole some stuff from you? So what you thought that your world was destroyed? If you hearing me, you still got time for the Lord to turn it around. He can do it in a blink of an eye. Your situation can turn around in a blink of an eye. All you got to do, speak it, believe it, expect it, and wait on it. And I'm going to put a fifth for grace and watch God do it. Speak it, believe it, wait on it, and watch God perform it. I promise you he'll show up on time. I promise you he'll show up on time. If my name ain't Crystal Majors, I ain't going to tell y'all my middle name. I ain't going to tell you my middle name because I don't like it. I don't like it. Y'all, let me tell y'all, I'm telling y'all, connection is everything. Connection is everything. Connect yourself with somebody that is positive. You know what they say, if you want $1 million, you gonna hang around people that got $1 million or want or on the same track or doing the same things to get it. If you want to be a dope fiend, you gonna be with dope fiends. If you want to be a robber and thief, guess what? You gonna hang around robbers and thieves. If you want to change, hang around people that want to change too. So when you get discouraged and you low, somebody is there to help you and speak to you and say, nah, we doing this thing together. And when you come out, I come out. Connection is everything. Connection will get you through some of the hardest times of your life. Connection. Y'all hold on, my TikTok doing something. When I tell you that this next upcoming month is going to be powerful, it's going to be inspiration, baby, I can't wait. Because not only do I need it, but I know you gonna need it. Y'all, I'm going to just put, look for the flyer, y'all. I got 4 dynamic pastors from different denominations that's gonna come and sit and talk with us. So if you ain't never been in the room, I need you in the room, okay? Don't forget, next week is my last week with y'all. Oh man, it's been fun, it's been good. But I need y'all support to carry over to YouTube. I'm even going later because we got people in several states that want to continue to listen what Walking Through the Fire has to offer through the Word and through experiences. Ours, not mine, just mine, but ours. Y'all, it's going to be dynamic. I am so blessed and honored that the Lord is doing some things on Walking Through the Fire. Y'all, I want y'all to continue to pray for me because, again, without y'all, there would be no me. Y'all give me purpose. Y'all help me every single day when I feel good or when I feel bad. I got something, a mission, a purpose that I got to tend to. So I have no choice not to give in. That is not an option at all. Guys, if you're not doing anything, Tuesday, October 28th, meet me at New Unity at 6:30. We're having a trunk or treat for the kids. It's free. We gonna be roasting marshmallows. We're gonna be roasting hot dogs. I'm telling you, come by, get some candy, have some fun, family time, meet New Unity. So if you ain't got nowhere, a church home, and you're looking for somewhere, some positive people, because you want to get into your journey of change, you want to get on that path of newness, you need help, meet me at New Unity, October 28th for our trunk or treat for the kids. As well as we have service every Sunday at 11:15. It's 287160. Why I can't talk, y'all? 28. What is it? 20? Somebody, oh, my bishop gonna be so mad. 2861 North Sherman Drive, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46218. Y'all, Bishop, if you looking at this, forgive me. You know how your brain. Y'all, I'm just so thankful. Again, if you have not, go to my YouTube page, Walking Through the Fire LLC. Subscribe early. Subscribe. So then, when we go live all next month or starting November 6th on YouTube, it'll pop up for you, give you that notification so you won't miss anything. Guys, I thank you for spending this time with me, this hour with me. I love y'all. Walking through the... Thank you, Nisha. 2761. I thought I said it right at the end. North Sherman Drive, Indianapolis, Indiana. We got YouTube as well. Check us out on social media. But again, thank you guys for walking with me today with Walking Through the Fire. I am your host, Crystal Majors. And until we meet again next Thursday, be blessed, be safe, and walk into your next. I'll see you guys later.